Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be previewing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Week 3 matchup versus the Denver Broncos. This video is sponsored by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, by the way. Yes, I know this video is being uploaded extremely late in the week, literally basically right before the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, but I've had a pretty busy couple of days, so we get what we get. And the Bucs are currently 2-0, by the way. They had a very impressive win against the Washington Commanders in week number 1, then a very gutsy and even more impressive win against the Detroit Lions in week number 2. And I feel like not a lot of people are talking about this game. I think that this is a game that a lot of people are kind of overlooking, and one of the biggest reasons is because the Denver Broncos are still a team that are trying to find themselves right now, right? They have a new quarterback situation. Their roster is a little bit in flux right now, but this is still a game that is important. I'm going to tell you right now, 3-0 looks a whole heck of a lot better than 2-1, and the Bucs cannot, hopefully will not, take this lightly. And this is still an incredibly important game in the Buccaneers season, because you hope that the Bucs can continue to build momentum. And if you fall into a scenario where, a lot of people use the term trap game and stuff like that. Look, if you fall into that trap and you lose against the Denver Broncos, talk about the rug being pulled out from under you, right? You just had this gigantic swing of momentum against the Detroit Lions in terms of beating the team that beat you in the playoffs last year, beat you twice last year, by the way. You beat them in Detroit. That is awesome, right? But now you have a scenario with the Denver Broncos where it's like, yeah, they do look like probably the most vulnerable team the Buccaneers have played so far up to this point, but you shouldn't take them lightly under absolutely any circumstances, because that's how you lose momentum. That's whenever teams do get very lackadaisical, for lack of a better word, and that's whenever you run into some dicey situations. Folks, real quick, I do want to say once again, thank you to the sponsor of this video, BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. They are doing a deal right now where if you use the promo code YouTube150, you get a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000, or on your first deposit. Then your next two percentages are 125% each. Words are hard, but point being is this: if you use the promo code YouTube150, you get a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, then 125% sign-up bonus on your next two deposits. That is up to $2,000, folks. Again, go check out BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, the proud sponsor of this YouTube channel. Now, back to what I was talking about, folks. The Bucs cannot take the Denver Broncos lightly. Look, you know who's in Denver right now? Sean Payton. You know who I remember giving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers absolute fits for many years of my young adulthood slash, late childhood? Sean Payton with the New Orleans Saints. I don't like Sean Payton. This dude drives me bananas whenever he used to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. I don't want to see that happen again. I don't care if it's Bo Nix. I don't care if it's Jared Stidham. I don't care if it's Zach Wilson. Sean Payton is a guy who, given the right opportunities, given the right game plan, can get the most out of his guys. And I say that because, again, I feel like not enough people are giving the Broncos credit as a threat here. They're absolutely still a threat in this upcoming game. And there is still that old stigma that a lot of people may still hold, where it's like, oh, geez, Bucs stink against against rookie quarterbacks, or against former NFL bust quarterbacks, or whatever it may be. Now, thankfully, the past couple of years, they've shaken that stigma a little bit, but it still could very well rear its ugly head if you are not careful. You have to be careful in this game. I cannot say it enough. And also, that's another thing too, right? I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, man, wouldn't it just be such a Tampa Bay Buccaneers thing if they went out, beat the Detroit Lions in Detroit, by the way, and then the very next week lost to the Denver Broncos? And yeah, that was the old stigma, right? Where you can have these crazy, like, whoa, big upset wins. You go and face a more vulnerable opponent, and you get slam dunked on. So we've seen it too many times in our fandom, right, as Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, and we obviously don't want to see that again. And the Bucs are still in a vulnerable position. Look, Antoine Winfield Jr. is not going to be in this game. Vita Vea is not going to be in this game. Kalijah Kancey, I don't 100% know if he is or isn't going to be in this game. I'm going to lean more towards isn't. So, like, the defense is still vulnerable. The offense, yes, has a lot of good things going for it, but, this is still a game you need to take as important, okay? Going forward with the Tampa Bay, I don't even want to say what the rest of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule is, because again, it's like kind of focusing on it as a week by week basis, right? But that's like for the team to do, not for me. Look, you play the Eagles after this, you play the Falcons after this, you play the Saints, the Ravens. There's a lot of tough games after this one. And 3-0, you want to talk about momentum? You come into a game against the Eagles 3-0, maybe you win that game, you go against the Falcons 4-0, and against the Saints, two very important division games, incredibly important division games, by the way. You want as much momentum as possible in your favor. The Buccaneers should not take this game lightly. Hope they don't. Look, you got to attack Bo Nix. He's their quarterback. You've got to attack this young quarterback. Todd Bowles is absolutely blitzing out of his mind this year. You need to continue to do that on the offensive side of things. Hope the continuity is there. Liam Cohen, let Cohen cook is my old phrase here, and I'm going to continue to do it. Like, Cohen needs to get the most out of his guys like he has been doing here. Because it's working, man. It's absolutely working, and we'll see if that can continue here in this upcoming matchup. Guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about this game down in the comments section below. I would love to hear it. Shout out again to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino for sponsoring this video. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Guys, as always, we'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream, which will be at 12:30 p.m., right before the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game against the Broncos. But again, guys, see you in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.